just joining us, it's Steve Arajo with Gordon Rustvold here, a very good friend of mine, and he was kind enough to bring over a very incredible instrument made by luthier Michael Tobias.
Yes.
So, people don't know, Tobias was one of the originators of the custom boutique basses back in the day.
Yeah.
And he had Tobias basses for many years. That company he sold to Gibson.
Exactly.
And he went off on his own with MTD, Michael Tobias Designs.
Right.
I'm not sure year-wise, maybe I'm...
It
in
was in the 90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
So he came out with Michael Tobias Designs, which this is this is an early MTD.
Right.
And as you were saying, they all have the Buzz Featon feature now.
They do, yeah.
So when you got this was...
Before that.
Yeah. So
and shortly after I purchased it, he endorsed the Buzz Featon.
Cool.
And I sent it back to him, and he installed it, and he was quick.
Oh yeah, no,
this was after again he moved to
New York.
To New York.
Yeah.
Because he was out in the valley for many years, and he also one of the things that he did is he kind of rethunked the bass because all the Tobias were all through the body.
Yeah, no,
which was a hot thing at the time.
I had a original Tobias basic serial number 642, old, and it was neck through.
Yeah.
And like you said, hey, stop. The protection dogs.
And he started thinking about the Fender basses and Leo Fender with the bolt-on.
Yeah.
And it brings out the fundamental more than the whole harmonic frequency, and so you're getting a more fundamental kind of sound. Maybe not as sweet as some of the through the necks, but that's why he changed them.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, he went from all neck through to this, which is and there's still some of the most amazing and sought after. And he's one of the originators of boutique and extended range, especially because back in the day, man, you couldn't get a 5, or it was hard to get, or it was.
I had to have them made.
Yeah. Anthony Jackson had to modify his P bass with a low C, and it's still a 4, but these guys were definitely the forefathers, and Michael Tobias, and he's just such a nice guy too.
Right.
Anywhere he'll talk to anyone, and yeah. Wow.
So you got your pickup blend.
Okay.
Your main volume, treble, mid, bass.
Okay.
And then you got
the mid frequency, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the typical Bartolini 3-band.
Right.
NTNB.
But from what I understand, he had Bartolini
tweak it a
little bit.
He usually does, yeah.
And then same thing with the pickups. In fact, he said if you break a pickup cover, he wants you to send the bass.
Oh, okay.
And he'll replace the cover. I guess he doesn't want people looking at
the stuff that's in the guts.
Whatever is in there.
Oh, that's cool, man.
But
so what is the body again?
It's either Avador or Avadori.
Avador or Avadori. Okay. Yeah. That's gorgeous, man. Wow.
And that's the reason I picked it. I went what was it, there was the Bass Exchange in out in the valley.
I totally remember it. Yeah.
I went there to look at Sadowski's, looking to get a Sadowski 5-string.
Okay.
And I was playing them, and I'm thinking, I'd rather play my 4-string Fender. Than it just felt different. And this was sitting kind of up, and I went, well, let's see. And I picked it up and went, oh, wow, because I was having shoulder problems at the time. And I went, oh, this is really nice. And I started playing it.
And it was just comfortable.
And it was comfortable. And I went up to the sales guy and I said, so how long will this be here? And he goes, well, it came in today, it'll be gone by tonight.
Wow.
And I said, oh, this is a little more than what I was planning on spending.
Yeah.
And so I left. I got over the hill. I called him back. I said, I'm coming back. Can we work out some arrangement?
Okay.
And I get back and he says, okay, you said arrangement. I said, I've got $1,000 right now.
Yeah.
I can pay, or I had maybe $1,500 I had. I got $1,500. I can pay the other $1,000 next week.
Yeah.
And he said, great, we'll pack it up. He let me walk out the door.
Wow.
That was it.
Wow.
I paid him back.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest shops because they
had
catered. They had great, but they catered and took care of bass players.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to be, you know, you didn't have to be like the guy on Bass Player Magazine. You could just be a guy that like I'm a good player. I want to have great instrument. Yeah, and they took care of you, and he was just such a great guy. Anyways, and knows his stuff about basses.
Yeah.
Really knows his stuff. So that's cool. Oh, dude, this thing's just gorgeous. Wow. So
you had one, right?
Wow. Yeah, I did, and I just after a while. I mean, you know me and basses. I go through them. Strong nut. It's so responsive. It's so responsive. Does it have active passive?
No,
that's
passive.
cool.
It's all active.
Oh, that's. So killer. Wow. 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 This thing is just. Wow. I mean, it's so responsive. That's the thing I get with it. It's so, anything you do, it's so fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Here, Gordon, you gotta play, buddy.
No,
you
why
gotta
not?
play, please. So yeah, let's, so that's panning.
Yeah.
Mid range, okay.
And you know, I've always just kept everything
Pretty flat.
yeah.
Nice. Well, it sounds amazing. It's so, like I said, it's so responsive. It's just like boom, you're right there.
Yeah.
You know, which is amazing. Which a lot of basses don't get that.
Now, if I need to get a brighter sound, I use my nail. I've got the acrylics.
Oh, really? Is that what? It's like a pick. Almost like a pick,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and then I never carry a pick, so my thumb with the acrylic becomes my pick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So, stylistically, this bass, you play it in any situation, one that fits better. I mean, it's always the player, obviously. I mean, you're the one manning the instrument, but does it work for a lot of different things, different styles?
Yeah. I mean, I've been you know, whatever the saddleback style was for years, I was using it for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I played in some Latin bands, and I was using it for that.
Okay. Irish stuff. You played in a lot of Irish
bands. Yeah, I was doing
Irish. Yeah. Cool.
And I was in when the band started, it was just a acoustic guitar, fiddle, and bass, and we needed
the slap
Exactly.
bass, and
Yeah.
Milt Hinton and all those guys. So, dude, that's awesome. Personality. And how about any upgrades, modifications that you've done to this bass? Or
Nothing except for the knobs.
okay.
My other knobs just got wasted over the.
Got it. Well, Bartley used to have the plastic ones.
Yeah.
Was that what you had? The plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go with something nice and metal.
That's the only mod that was done on this.
Let's see here. Wow, that just sounds so good, man. Wow. It's ridiculous how responsive it is. That's what I can't get over. It's. I mean, it just. You can play a bass like a Squier jazz, which is great. I mean, it's incredible. But you play something that is really handmade by somebody that has just the crazy amount of years building and knowing what goes into a just incredible
and the
instrument.
different combinations of woods that he has, and what is it about different wood tonalities that sound great?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous how it's just responsive. Got another beat. And I totally remember this circuit. I think it's the NTMB, which is treble mid bass.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, what an amazing. That's just killer. I love how you. Just from it being played, it has little divots on the pickups here. From you just jamming on it and just playing the crap out of it, man. Wow, that's amazing, Gordon. Yeah, well, Gordon, thank you for bringing it over, man. I definitely appreciate it, and this is just a great example of one of the original fathers of
modern basses.
For sure, Michael Tobias, and it's the nice thing about this. I love that this is almost like a transition bass where he was going from his Tobias to MTD, and just perfect example, where he almost went and rethought, okay, let me just go bolt on like Fender and
Right.
then, but above and beyond. Anyways, Gordon, thank you for coming over.
welcome.
My buddy Gordon Rustvold and Steve Arajo signing off. Bass hang. Right on, buddy. Thank you.